having some non-alcoholic beer today since I'm out and about, but I wanted to talk about being yourself and not being self-conscious about what you love doing, what interests you, and your creative endeavors. So as we grow up, there's this kind of all-pervading force that is in society. It comes from family, it comes from friends, it comes from the social world at large, where we'll start to feel like self-conscious about ourselves. We don't really want to stand out too much. And that's it's almost like an inevitable force, I think. But it's really a shame because a lot of people who could be really creative and do great things are too embarrassed to try. So I'm making this video, and if it just helps one person somewhere go past the fear of what people think of them, then my entire YouTube project will be worthwhile. So a lot of the reason that people, I think, this is just my guess, a lot of the reason people stay in a safe job or a safe relationship or a safe living arrangement or a safe lifestyle is because they don't want people to comment on what they're doing. They don't want to stand out. But I'm here to tell you, you should really let your freak flag fly. That's a tongue twister. Let your freak flag fly, because the chances of you existing are extremely small. In fact, if you think about your lineage, your ancestors, and how far back that goes, it's a tremendous distance of time, and the chances of those genetics eventually equaling you are in fact smaller than all the particles, one out of all the particles in the entire universe. And for that to be held back, for that person to be held back by fear of what other people think, would just be a tremendous waste. It would be a real shame. So if you have something that you want to work on, if you are excited about something, if there's something that you would like to pursue, go ahead and do it, because if you fail, who cares? Who cares? The people that succeed, I'm going to tell you, have already failed dozens of times doing other things. They succeed often at something that is surprising to them, that's what ends up succeeding. And that's the way it has been for me as well. I did not expect to be a health insurance agent at age 33. I thought maybe I would be a fighter pilot or a test pilot or an aircraft designer or a rocket scientist, or maybe work at Tesla, or maybe be in the military. There's all kinds of things that I thought I would be at this point, and that's not really what you do for work. Doesn't super matter. As long as there's a way that you can enjoy what you do and make it more about the doing of the work than making the work a means to an end, then there's so much room for creativity that comes in. I don't know anyone that runs their health insurance agency like I do. It's a very bizarre way that I run my agency, and it's just me. I don't even have a team, and it's highly profitable and highly effective. And that's because I find a way to express my creativity and apply that to what I'm doing. So it doesn't necessarily mean, when I say you should work on something that you have a passion for, what I mean is apply your creativity in either what you're doing, or do something new. But most importantly, apply your creativity. Don't worry about what people say about you. Don't worry about the comments you get. Don't worry about other people thinking about you, because here's a crazy secret. Most people aren't thinking about what you're up to. It's a weird psychological thing that humans think that that people are paying all this attention to them and they feel like they're in some kind of spotlight, but it's really not true. So don't worry about what people think about you, because they're not thinking about you most of the time. They think about you probably 10% or less than what you think they think about you. And why should that hold you back, even if they did think about you as much as you thought they did? Because the chances of you existing are very small, and you're going to have this form for a finite period of time. So it might as well be something that expresses itself, something that that shows how weird it is, something that encourages other people to do the same. Because this fear of what other people think, this thing, self-consciousness, sort of attitude that we have by default, it's based on an illusion, and the illusion is that other people are thinking about you. You should enjoy life. You should drink deeply from the cup of life. And that's the only reason I'm driving my dream car, is because I didn't make what I was doing a means to this end. I did not care if I ended up with this car. I believed it was possible. That's a big step, right? I decided that when it was possible for me to drive a Tesla, then I would. But instead of making what I did a means to a material end, which is sadly often the default, I just dove into the work, dove into the creativity. And frankly, it surprised me when I was able to buy this. It happened at a time and in a circumstance that I did not expect. And that's the thing about embracing creativity. It uncovers adventures. It really takes the apparently very brittle world of rules and kind of makes things surprising. It creates adventures. So follow your creativity. Follow what you love doing. Find interesting ways to do things that you're already doing. And by doing that, you will enjoy more life, because you get to inhabit this form for a short period of time. You might as well do something interesting with it. You might as well enjoy being who you are. You might as well see how far you can go, because you're the one experiencing your life. You're the one that's paying the time. You're the one that is experiencing the results of your decisions. So you should be the one deciding them. And it takes a while sometimes. Sometimes people start out very much stuck in a tough situation. I myself have been there. And it took me a long, long, long time to be free enough, to be creative enough, to do the things that I love doing. So work on your freedom. Enjoy your creativity. And definitely subscribe if you found this to be of any interest whatsoever. This is day 3 of 30, and I've got 27 more videos to make for you all. Who knows what they could be about. Challenging myself to make one every single day. But thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I love you all. Have a great day.